My child, my beloved, these are not just words, but carry the weight of eternity and the tenderness of a parent's heart. You are being spoken to directly, not as a stranger, not as a number in the crowd, but as someone chosen and deeply loved. The voice begins softly yet firmly, cutting through the noise of the world. It calls you by identity, my child. In those two words, your belonging is confirmed. You are not lost, you are not forgotten, you are not abandoned, you are claimed by heaven. The word beloved holds a sacred truth. It is not casual affection, but a declaration of worth. It means you are cherished beyond measure, watched over day and night, treasured in ways you may not fully comprehend. Heaven's eyes have never left you. The call is urgent. I am calling you now. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. This moment is holy, carved out of time for your awakening. Delay is dangerous, because the window of grace is open only for those willing to respond. Because time is running out. This is not said to frighten you, but to awaken you. Life is fragile, the world is shifting, and unseen battles are intensifying. Every second wasted in hesitation is a second lost from the purpose you were created for. The heavens are not careless with words. When God speaks of time running out, it means the season is shifting. Something is approaching quickly, something that requires your readiness, your alertness, and your faith. Imagine a clock in the throne room of heaven. Its hands are moving, ticking closer to a final moment. While the earth grows darker and more distracted, heaven is sending a final warning for you to draw near, to prepare, and to stand firm. This divine call is not only for your ears, but for your heart. It is meant to stir something deep within you, to remind you that you were made for more than ordinary living. You were designed to carry light in dark times. To ignore this call is to risk drifting further from your destiny. But to answer it is to step into alignment with heaven itself. It is the difference between wandering in shadows and walking in the brilliance of God's guidance. Every call has a response. The question is not whether God is speaking, but whether you are listening. Can you hear the trembling urgency in his voice? Can you feel the pull in your spirit? That restlessness inside you is heaven knocking on the door of your soul. The call comes in love, not in condemnation. This is not a voice to shame you, but to rescue you. Like a shepherd searching for the lost sheep, God calls out, not with anger, but with a fierce determination to bring you back safely. Time running out also means opportunities closing. There are blessings prepared for you, doors waiting to be opened, but they cannot remain open forever. You must move now in faith before the moment passes you by. Heaven's voice is not distant, it is personal. It comes into your very moment, into your room, into your thoughts, even now as you read these words. It reaches into your silence, into your confusion, and gently, but firmly, calls you back. This is the divine call, a sacred invitation wrapped in urgency, tenderness, and truth. It is God's way of saying, "You are mine." Come closer. Do not wait. The time is short, but my love is endless. And now, the choice rests with you. Will you answer? A voice from heaven has broken through the silence tonight. The world has been wrapped in stillness, a heavy kind of quiet that seemed endless. Yet in one moment, heaven pierced through, shattering what once felt unmovable. Silence is not always peaceful. It can be heavy, suffocating, filled with questions that never find answers. Many nights you wondered if God could still hear you, if prayers were just words lost in the air. But tonight, that silence has ended. Heaven does not break silence without purpose. This interruption is holy. The voice comes to remind you that God has been watching, waiting, and preparing the exact moment to speak into your life. There are times when silence tests your faith, stretching your patience until you almost give up. But then, in the quietest hour, when all seems dark, a sudden word from heaven can change everything. This voice is not like any other. It is not the chatter of the world, not the opinions of people, not even the echo of your own doubts. It carries the weight of eternity, the authority of the throne, and the comfort of a loving parent. When heaven speaks, creation responds. The silence trembles, shadows scatter, chains loosen. Even the deepest despair cannot withstand the sound of God's word breaking through the night. For too long you may have felt hidden, forgotten in the stillness. But this breaking silence is proof that you are seen, you are heard, and your cries have reached the heart of heaven. The silence was never abandonment, it was preparation. Sometimes God allows stillness so you will hunger more deeply for his voice. And when it comes, you will know it is him and no one else. Tonight's voice carries a message. The waiting season has ended. Heaven has chosen this very moment to move, to speak, and to draw you back into alignment with your destiny. Silence can harden hearts, but it can also soften them. It makes you long for even a whisper from above, and when that whisper turns into a clear divine voice, it becomes a gift far greater than you imagined. The breaking silence is a signal. It means the story is shifting. What seemed hopeless now carries promise. What felt empty is now being filled. What was still is now being stirred into motion by the Spirit of God. Do not mistake this moment for coincidence. It is intentional, chosen, divinely timed. The voice that breaks silence is proof that heaven intervenes exactly when it is needed most. The silence is gone, and with it, the weight of doubt and fear begins to lift. This voice ushers in light, clarity, and direction. You are not wandering alone anymore. God has spoken, and his words are guiding you forward. Tonight, the silence breaks not just around you, but within you. The stillness in your soul is replaced by a living word from heaven, a voice that calls you into destiny. The quiet season is over. Now begins the season of divine direction. It is your mother, whispering. These words carry a tenderness unlike any other. The divine voice that broke the silence now reveals its character, not only as powerful and urgent, but also deeply nurturing and personal. A mother's voice is familiar. It cuts through confusion, reaching places no other voice can. It speaks with warmth, comfort, and love. When heaven says, "It is your mother," it is reminding you that divine love feels as close and safe as a mother's embrace. This voice is not distant or cold. It is gentle and intimate. It carries both correction and compassion, urgency and reassurance. It does not just call you, it holds you even in the very moment it speaks. A mother speaks with understanding. She knows your struggles, your fears, your hidden pain. In the same way, heaven's voice knows every detail of your journey and speaks into it with perfect wisdom. When you hear, "It is your mother," you are reminded of identity. You are not an orphan in this world, not abandoned to chaos. You are a child of love, guided and covered by a presence that never lets go. The maternal nature of this voice shows God's tenderness. He is not only a father who leads with strength, but also a mother who comforts with gentleness. Together, these voices remind you that heaven's care is complete. Imagine the tone. It is firm enough to awaken you, yet soft enough to soothe you. A mother's call says, "I know you, I see you, I love you, and I will not let you go astray." The voice of a mother also brings safety. Just as a child runs to a mother's arms when afraid, so too does heaven invite you to run into this voice of comfort and protection. You are safe here. Many have felt the world grow colder, harsher, and more distant. But this voice breaks through that coldness with warmth. It wraps around your soul like a blanket on a winter night, assuring you that you are not alone. The call of a mother is also urgent. She does not remain silent when danger is near. She raises her voice to warn, to protect, and to pull her child back from harm. In the same way, heaven speaks with urgency. Time is short, but love is strong. When you respond to this voice, you are not simply obeying a command. You are returning to the place you were always meant to be. Close, covered, and secure. It is a call to come home. This voice does not shame you for wandering. Like a mother who welcomes her child after a long absence, it simply opens its arms wider. It does not remind you of your failures, but of your belonging. The mother's voice is a gift in this season. In a world filled with noise, judgment, and fear, this is the sound that reminds you of who you are, loved, chosen, and safe. It calls you not to punishment, but to restoration. And so, the voice concludes its message. Not only a call, not only a breaking of silence, but an embrace. It is heaven speaking as a mother. You are mine. Come closer. I am here. Do not wait, my child. Come home before the moment passes.